You never know whether he's going to go swing for the roofs or go bunt, or who only knows. And there's our own Tom Hobbs. And remember when you hear a good story and it became a premonition of a wild event? You may not know it was a premonition until a few months later, though. Your event may not have been that big or life-changing, or it could have been like Tom's did when he died on the barrier reef. Let's see if we can learn about shark CPR. Running to the front of the room is Tom, the man in the hat, Hobbs.
"5:30 a.m., April 19th, 2019. Two paramedics moving from the diving boat to the dock, into the ambulance, rushing to Cooktown Hospital, Australia." That was the report they sent to the main office. Well, Rita, I should tell you about the shark CPR story first. See, Liz had told me 2 days earlier during our breakfast on the open sea, my most amazing dive was last year when we were doing the shark cage dive. Now, Liz, she was friggin' exciting. I mean, it was hard for her to slow down. See, we were heading out to the Great Barrier Reef for a living aboard 5-day dive trip. And that was why I had spent so much money to go to Australia. One of two reasons. So, see, I was watching the dive master, Michelle. She was hanging tuna fish heads around the cage. And then we all got into it and they lowered us in the water. She was outside a long ways away as the master watching, keep things safe. She was so excited about everything she said, thought she's got pants. And well, one of two reasons why I was there. I was interested. So you see the shark had, one of them had started chewing on a tuna head and it stuck in its throat and it was choking. And I watched Michelle. She kind of saw the shark start to float down and so moved it over farther, closer to a current stream of better water that might have more oxygen, and the shark's still floating down. And she started to squeeze on the shark. Finally, she reached in the mouth, pulled the tuna fish head out of the shark. Shark started coming back and, like, it swam off. Well, when she told me that, my brain went right to shark CPR. What a story. That was pretty cool. So, shark CPR. Now, I believe that any of us can step forward, perform some extraordinary acts in the face of an emergency. But that was friggin' cool. Well, I'm sorry, I forgot, kind of get mixed up. I left you off at the ambulance in Cooktown. Well, the way it went was like this. On my second day of the dive trip, I got to do a night dive. And it was really cool. I mean, I wasn't scared. It was a lot of fun, amazing. I got pictures and they'd given us flashlights and we're pointing them around. They warned us, don't shine too long at the coral reef because the little fishies and the critters would come out and see what's going on. Then the little nurse sharks are coming around and they suck them right up, no more Nemo. So, I was kind of watching for that. It was way cool. And I got pictures. The next day, my third day, we were diving 2 and 3 times a day. The afternoon dive, it didn't work out quite well. My dive buddies and I, we got in the water and we weren't ever to really connect up that well. I got a little flustered. They got a little flustered. My mask was leaking a little bit more than it should have. I started exerting a little more energy. I'm breathing way too fast. I'm looking at my gauge and the volume of the air is going down quicker. And I'm just like, finally, I'm looking at my buddy and saying, I'm going up. And I bailed out and I went to the surface. And as soon as I popped through, the guys on the boat, they helped me and got me up and sat me down. And they checked my gauges and my equipment and see how things are going. And apparently I didn't look quite well. They went and got some oxygen and put an oxygen mask on me. And then they went and got one of those, fingertip things, where they put on for your blood could tell your oxygen level and your blood level. And I mean, it's pretty cool. As long as the mask was on, level was up pretty good. Took the mask off, level dived. Put the mask back on. A while later, take the mask off, O2 dive. Back on. I mean, it never really balanced out. And that was the evening, was supposed to be shark cage dive. One of my two big reasons to be there. Captain wouldn't let me dive. They did give me some photos of it. I mean, I got a little disc with photos on it, a couple of shark's teeth in there. It's pretty cool, but it wouldn't let me dive. They, a lot of numerous ship to shore messages. I don't know who all they talked to, but they had it all worked out. And about 10:30 p.m. that night, pointed the ship towards shore. Boom. He felt the emergency was real. I won't let no passenger die on my boat. Get Tom to shore. Well, now I think about it. Now, was he more concerned about me dying on his boat or getting me to shore? I don't know. It's kind of funny you look at it from now, but through the roughest water I've ever been in my life, and it was dark. I sucked out, those big bottles of oxygen. I mean, tall ones that were, Mara Jane's height, tall ones. I sucked down 2 of those through the night. And of course, they strapped them down as they're going through the water, bouncing around. It was 5:30 in the morning. They hauled my body into the ambulance, Cooktown, Australia. 2.5 hours later, they released me with reports saying minor irritation in left lung, likely from salt water. All is clear now. Go dive. Go dive? What do you mean go dive? My buddies all left at 5:35 after they got me off. I missed the next 2 days of diving. I had a little good time in Cooktown, then flew back to Cairns, Australia. I mean, Cairns is the way Americans say it, or it's Cairns, if you're from Australia. Well, that was where my dive spot started from. That's where I had to fly back to the rest of my events and down to Sydney and things. Well, I'm walking around town, I got my hat on, I'm doing good. And all of a sudden, hey, come on that, Tom. What? Sure enough, in a pub, found the rest of the dive crew, the boat. They were all there, plus a few of the passengers. And they were glad to see I was doing okay and checked me all out and said that was cool. And they told me, because of that diversion, they went to a couple of different dive spots that they rarely go to. So it worked out really cool for them. And one of the other dive masters, she stopped to talk to me. And of course, she knew what my incident was because she was in the office when the report came in. Well, besides that, Tom, what was your highlight for the trip? Huh? It was a shark CPR that Liz told me about, and it just sounded so real. I mean, an extraordinary event where someone stepped forward in an emergency. And I know we all can do more of that now. Well, she picked up her phone and said, see the picture? Yeah, I'm Michelle. Yeah, I'm the dive master that saved that shark. Story was correct the way you told it, except for one detail. That shark, when it swam off, it slapped me in my butt.
Thank you, Tom. I actually may use that in part of my CPR class. I'm a CPR instructor as well. So, hey, we all know we like to steal each other's stories. And the picture is back up again. Welcome back, picture Gloria Darling.
That's right. Let me just wind it up. Batter, batter, batter. Here's the order of play. Koki, Bobby Blackman, one of our guests, Vivian, and if enough time, May. Koki, you have 30 seconds. Give Tom some words.
Yes, Tom, that was a wonderful speech, a great example of when the challenging situation occurs, make it funny. And he literally told the story of the the shark CPR, that was already catchy enough to grab the audience attention. I mean, yes, and you know, taking out whatever the tuna out of the shark is already, you know, funny enough. And you know, that scuba diving, the challenging situation, and he was literally dying without oxygen, but he really made a funny story out of it. So it was a great job. Thank you so much.
All right. Bobby Blackman, you are a guest, but I know you can swing at these bats. Go for it. Tell Tom something.
I will take a swing at it. Tom, I enjoyed your story, especially the stories. In particular, I love your vocalization, and I like the way you acted out each scene as they were taking place. Just one recommendation, your transitions could have been a little smoother, but all in all, I enjoyed it. Thank you.
All right. We have no balls, no strikes. Vivian, it's your turn. Go for it, girl.
Thank you, Gloria. And I will segue from where Koki and Walter left off. Tom, you know I love you to the moon and back, and I'm your favorite fan. So, if I may, yes, the transitions, and I will add to that, move just maybe 1 or 2 inches to the left of the screen so we know it's there. It's a new scenario, and then you tell your story from the middle, and then when it's another scenario transition, move a little bit to the right of the screen. Just those little movements help wacky people like me to understand, like, oh, it's a new story. Remember, at 70, I ain't that fast. Get it? I love you.
All right, thanks, Vivian. That was out of the park. And here comes May. Can you bunt that play for us? Let's go for it, May.
Yes, thank you, Tom. That's for sure. There's no barking, huh? You did it so good. I love the different tone of voices, but then you have a pause somewhere. I said, is it you did it on purpose, or am I not following you? I don't know. But anyway, like the other people said, the flow is not as smooth as I expect from the man with the hat. Thank you.
Okay, and now we're just sliding on in the home. Catcher, back to you, Sue.
Thank you, pitcher. Now for a joke, we've got our second team mascot, Rajiv, giving us our joke of the day.